Hello once again, everybody. We are back playing The Long Dark, and we're just gonna jump right on into it, because unfortunately, we're running out of daylight. Man, we didn't even make it through the first day in the first episode. That's how much shit was in there. Nice. But anyway, let's get this show on the road. Most of this is just searching. That actually is raw, and it's still edible. When you cook something, it gains 50% condition. And 50% plus 44% is 90%. And yes, I know that's not exactly how percents work, but that's how the game calculates it, so that's perfectly edible. Just gotta cook it. More coffee, heck yeah. Who knows how long it's been sitting here? I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh look, tea! Ah yes, cup of herbal tea. A cup of tea. Yes, thank you. What an astute observation. Yeah, look. Most dog foods are in fact made of human, like, it's called food grade. There's not actually human grade versus animal grade, it's just food grade. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I don't want that. But look, I'm still not eating dog food. Dog food is like an absolute last resort kind of deal. Okay, now you see I'm carrying way too much to be able to sprint. I can still move, but the more I pick up and try to carry, the slower I'm gonna move. As is, you've probably— oh, snow pants? Hell yes! You've probably already noticed that I'm moving slower than before. And I'm probably gonna have a little crafting break here just to kind of speed things along. Yes, we are getting some decent stuff here. Oh wow, a dress shirt. Thank you for that. So, here's this. And generally speaking, you don't actually want to leave your shelter. So like that barn I found in the first episode at the very beginning, technically you would want to stay there in a survival situation, but this isn't a usual survival situation. In this game, it's just you and Mother Nature. Nobody else is coming, so it's all you. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a barn for the rest of my life. Okay, so let's lighten the load here. Let's get some of this crafting stuff done. I'm not going to turn these things into tinder plugs just yet, because the tinder plugs are actually heavier than the newspaper, for some reason. They magically gain weight when you make them into tinder plugs. So we're not going to jack with that just yet. But we can have a look and see. That's a whole lot warmer. This is probably one of the warmest head items in the game. So it is definitely good to have it. I can already tell you that once I repair it, that plaid shirt is going to be a lot warmer than that dress shirt. So we're going to leave that where it is. Okay. I think the work gloves end up being warmer once you get them repaired. I definitely want snow pants on the outside. Snow pants are some of the best things you can have in this game. Socks, yes, and wool socks are definitely better than sports socks. Not as good as climbing socks, but still good. I think I only got the one pair of boots. So let's take some of these items that we are wearing and repair them. That's at 90%, I'm not going to jack with that. Let's look at things that are below 70. And it may fail the first few times, because we're not good at this yet. So that one went through, that's good. What else we got? This one's in very poor condition. Perfect. In repairing this stuff— oh, that one failed. As you can see, it made a noise. It failed. Repairing stuff will make it warmer, of course. So it will be good. Now you see it says I'm out of materials for repair. That's not entirely true. I've got a whole shit ton of clothes I can harvest here. Now I'm only going to harvest a little bit at a time, because in the very beginning of the game, I may repair and then immediately harvest items because I'm trying to level a skill. It's just like in Skyrim, where you have to repeatedly use your skills to get better at stuff. It's the same concept. So I'm gonna harvest the crappier items and try and use them to repair better items. Now, if I run out of stuff that I want to harvest, or if I don't have anything on me, I could actually also use the environment. So those curtains and this towel, those are all viable cloth producing items. So that's definitely good. Now this one actually needs leather to be repaired. Luckily, we have these shitty things here that we can take apart. We are running low on daylight, so that's something to keep in mind, but we're getting there. Get these all fixed up. There we go. Not perfect, but it'll do. Leather's a little trickier to find, so I try not to use it too terribly much. So this is good. This is really good. And now we are a lot warmer. It feels like it's 60 degrees in here. It's not much colder than my house that I'm sitting in right now, which is perfect. So now all of this stuff is in really good shape. Not perfect, but really good. And by using the stuff that I have on hand, I can help reduce my carry load as well. So, now let's try and get things up a little higher. Oop, that didn't work. And yes, I know I probably could just go harvest the curtains. But, like I said, I'm also trying to reduce my carrying load here, so... There was something else, there it is. I say there was something else that was below 70%. I like to keep my stuff at or above 90, but since we're just starting out, 70 is kind of my go-to. So, what else we got here? Anything else I got that's above 90 that I'm not going to use? No. Okay. So that's at 90%. That's only at 85, but this one's at 70. Let's do this. Trying to repair the... Oh, wow, that went well. So I'm still carrying a lot. And you see I'm so tired that my carry weight is cut in half, which is incredible. I've got a lot of food, which is good. This needs to be cooked pretty quickly, because it is going to lose condition very quickly. You can make it lose condition less quickly by storing it outside. Surprisingly, it does not attract wolves. I'm going to drop this because I have a cooking pot, so I don't need any more. I'm going to drop this because I don't really care. I have another light source, and there's no need to scare off wolves. I don't really need this. I'll keep it for now, but it is kind of heavy, so I may not keep it forever. So let me try and use some of that. There we go. Don't really need that right now. So we dropped what we can, and I can drop some more by eating and drinking some items. So let's look at, like, canned items. You can open these with a can opener, or with a knife, or with a hatchet. But if you don't have one available in the very beginning, you'll actually smash it open, and you'll lose some of the product when you try to open it. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't want the can. How am I doing now? Good on calories, just need some water. Luckily, we have plenty of toilet water to drink. Trying to drink some water in real life, too. Cut down on the sodas. And now we're basically okay, we just need to take a freaking nap. So, realistically, you're not going to get 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night. Not in Canada, not in the winter. Ooh. Did y'all hear that crackling? That's not a defect. That's just something that happens occasionally. I'm still carrying too much to be able to run, but I really don't feel comfortable dropping any of this food right now. I don't have any other way to acquire food except by scavenging. So I'm gonna hang on to it for now. There is another cooking pot. I am willing to carry that. I know it's 2.2 pounds, but I like to have at least 2. And technically for this region, I would prefer to have 6. You'll see why once we get to the correct location. But, here we go. This first bit of the game is typically made of just scavenging. There's not much else you can do. I don't have any weapons, so I can't go hunting. I don't even think I have a fishing line right now. Not that I could- no wait, no hold on, that's a lie. There is one spot in Pleasant Valley where you can go fishing. I will always, always, always pick up tools. Always. I don't care if I am waddling, I will pick up a tool. Okay, well I have a fishing line now, that's good. At the very beginning of the game, I will pick up everything. Like, literally everything. That's not the most conducive for travel, and if you're the type who likes to travel around instead of staying in one place, that's not really the best strategy, but I prefer to gather up everything I can, literally. every single little bitty thing and store it in a central location so that I have easy access, and all I have to carry between regions is just a couple of basic necessity items. So, you know, half a gallon of water, maybe some food, a hatchet and a knife, maybe, possibly. So by making sure that I carry the bare minimum across the regions, it actually will save me some time. So it does take a little bit of time to actually build that up. But once you have it, it's fantastic. So what I'm probably going to do after this is I'm probably going to head towards... Of course there's maple syrup in the cabinet. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? I'm going to take what I can get here, and then I am going to go to my base of choice, which is, how did I already search? Whatever. It's whatever. Another thing of maple syrup. Of course, there's a backup to the maple syrup. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? The other day I was playing a game of this, and, I opened a safe, and you know what was in the safe? A thing of maple syrup and a thing of cash. That was it. That was all that was in the safe. Maple syrup and cash. And I was like, wow, wow. Okay. I'm not eating that. I don't eat dog food unless I have to. Sometimes if I really feel like challenging myself, I will run a file where I do not eat junk food. Which I mean to say, I only eat meat that I've harvested. Oh, that's good. That's in really good shape. Alright, let's see here. Now we are carrying a lot. I mean, I'm barely waddling here. So, we're going to be spending a day or two crafting and reading skill books. A lot of people will skip over that. I am just playing as sort of a chill. In fact, I imagine a lot of people who do watch this probably just have it on as background noise. Which is totally... Wow, I'm barely moving. So, that's totally fine. One of these days, I will make it up the staircase. Ah, to hell with it. You were supposed to be able to start a fire in the oven, but, like, I don't know how. Maybe I'm tripping? I don't know. Well, let me at least get in here. This is pitiful. Okay, to hell with this. We're gonna sit down and get some stuff figured out here. Hang on. Let me have these curtains real quick. We're gonna repair some clothes. This is gonna be a little bit tedious, but like I said, I expect people will just have this on for background noise. So, here we go with the fun part. There is a method to my madness. I typically will repair items, small items first, because typically you can get them from very low to 100% or nearly 100% with just one piece of cloth. It's like that one right there was at 34, now it's at 99. Those are very, very easy to repair. And then I can immediately break them down because I don't need them. I've got better stuff. And I can use that for more cloth. And the cloth itself, most of the time, weighs less than the clothing item. So, now I have some items I can harvest. I'm not going to jack with that just yet. And then we'll work with... oh, I guess I'm going to have to harvest it. Okay, fine. Now, why would I repair stuff that I don't need? Well, I do it to level the skill. So that way, once I get later in the game, my skill is already maxed out. Usually, mending is the first skill I end up maxing out, just for this reason alone. Because I'm literally sitting here grinding it. Grinding this one early in the game is very, very helpful for later in the game, when you don't have as many clothes to repair. So that way, as soon as when I go in, I can trust that my skill is high enough to do what I need it to do. There are some items that require 2 or even 3 pieces of cloth to repair. And so if I run into those, I will do those last. I don't think I have any in my inventory right now. Okay, so now I'm carrying much, much less clothing, and not terribly much cloth either. And then I'm gonna get this done. Always use your skill books early. What happened? Oh, I am thirsty. If any of these items drop to 0 while you're researching, it'll say, you are too cold to research. You're too tired to research. So make sure you keep those in good shape. It would probably be a good idea to step outside slowly and cook these meats, actually. Let's... Hey, don't you yell at me. Let's finish reading this. Looks like we'll have to do it tomorrow. It's gonna be dark. So that's good. You can keep the book for firewood, but I'm not gonna jack with that. There's plenty of them elsewhere. So that will reduce my weight as well. I'm also gonna drop 3 of these peroxides because they're heavy and you really only need like 1 or 2. This early in the game, I'm not gonna carry very many at all. Let's see here. Pretty much everything else I would like to take to my little hideaway, so... Let's go upstairs and see if there's any other clothes we can find to repair. And tomorrow we're gonna make a beeline for the place I like. Oh hi, there's a dead body up here. Make a beeline for the place I like to stay. Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. That is a lot warmer. It's heavier, but it's a lot warmer. It's in really good condition. Holy shit, yes! Hell yes! Give me that. That's a really good find. Okay. Now, if you can't see what's going on here, or you're not sure what you're looking for, we definitely do have light sources, so it doesn't look like there's much to search here, just a couple of drawers. I'll take them. I will take those too. Okay, we can use it for cloth at least. Yes, I know, I'm over encumbered, leave me alone. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. Let's put that away. I'm looking right at the bed, so even if it gets dark, I can still find it. So, is there anything that I have picked up that is in really good shape? Yes. No sense wasting repair actions on that, because it's already in good shape. If it's over 90%, I'm not going to jack with it. We're just going to break it down. You need light to repair, but you don't need light to break down, which is kind of hilarious to me. Ooh. It's a heckin' windy boy outside. Okay. The other thing we can do is we can use the time passed to get a buff, and I will point that out once it pops up. That's not what I wanted. Let's have a snack. Let's eat some of the heavier stuff, so that would be like your canned items. Canned items are heavy. Those are only half a pound, but this stuff right here, that's 1.1 pounds. That's over a pound of peaches. So let's eat that. Okay, what else can we do here? Not a whole bunch. And then of course, I don't want that can. Some people prefer to carry cans, I prefer to carry pots. That's just me. So let's get this blizzard over with. And don't forget to drink water in real life, everybody. It is still kind of dark, but there's enough light that I should be able to do some stuff with. Also, we thought we were going to make a beeline to our place, but we're not. We're gonna wait out this blizzard because, yeah, not good. Oh. You technically also do not need a sewing kit to repair a bedroll. I think it makes it go faster, but you don't technically need one. Okay. So... probably still cold. Let's go ahead and do a few repairs real quick. That way we don't have to carry this stuff with us. So, that's close enough. I'll probably just go ahead and harvest that. Oh, I need to repair that too. Like, I'm wearing that, so that needs a repair. Absolutely. We'll get some of these done, that way I can harvest some stuff for it. Okay. There's always a method to the madness. Oh, my sewing kit has been broken. Do I have another one? Ooh, I do not. I have made an error in my judgment. That's okay. It really do be like that sometimes. Now, if you have a ruined item and you drop it somewhere, it'll just kind of stay in the environment, but if you put it in a container, it will disappear. So, pro tip. In case you end up needing it. Let's see here. Where is the... Okay, this is probably about as under-encumbered as we're gonna get. That's not acceptable. There's no way we're gonna make it like that. Well, we're gonna have to come back up here anyway, so let's drop some of this. Now, faster. Still not very fast. Okay. Hell. If I know I'm gonna have to come back up here anyway, I may as well drop one of these, one of these. Yeah, that's not looking. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So we'll have to make a mental note to come back to this house to retrieve that stuff. But, for now, let's head on over to the place we're gonna hunker down while we're in Pleasant Valley. Some people like to use the community center, which is that really big building I was in last time. That is... where did it go? Oh, I can't run, that's right. Community center is that building behind all these stalls. Right over there. Some people like to use that, that's cool. I don't. I'm old-fashioned, and I like to use the Pleasant Valley Farmstead. And those crows? Sometimes crows will just fly overhead, and they don't mean anything, but if they're circling, that usually means there's a carcass of some sort. It could be a human, it could be a deer, sometimes you'll find wolves, every once in a while. And, those are good to note down. So, we'll make it a point to come back here. There's still more houses to search anyway. But I am carrying way too much, so we need to go drop some of this crap. So I'm gonna make a beeline for that hill there. That hill is a bridge. There are, I think, 2 bridges between here and where I want to go. And, we're gonna have to pass them both. So there we go. We shall do some wandering. Oh, wow. And if I didn't have passive wildlife turned on, I would be very alarmed by that noise. That boy is close. There he is, off to the right. Now some of y'all will see that, that red wedge on the right-hand side of the screen. You'll see that occasionally. If it ever pops up again. That red wedge on the side of the screen, when it does pop up, that just means I am on a stretch of ground that is sloped at a point that may make it likely for me to sprain something. Excuse me, sir, I am trying to lecture here. Yeah. That was very well timed, actually. Ooh. Look at him going after that deer. Look at him going after that deer. Get him. Look at him go. Run, Bambi! Aw, shit. He got him. Now, fun fact. Even if you have passive wildlife turned on, this right here is dangerous. Give that wolf space. Because even with passive wildlife turned on, even in pilgrim mode, that wolf, if you get too close to him, may still attack you. This one decided not to. He can see me from far enough away, he's decided he's gonna run. But one time I sneaked up behind one, and he turned around and immediately attacked me. If a wolf gets cornered, like if the AI can't figure out how to get out of a space to get away from you, they may run into you, they may attack you. Mechanics of that are very simple. If the wolf makes contact with you, it will initiate a struggle. Same with bears, same with moose. But wolves, in every situation except that one right there, will run from you if passive wildlife is turned on. You shoot at them, they run. You look at them wrong, they run. They detect your presence, they run. Bears and moose, on the other hand, they are passive. If you approach them, they run. If they see you, they run. But if you shoot a bear or a moose, it'll charge you. And it will attack you. It is passive up until the point you decide to become hostile. So while the wolf will flee pretty much all the time, you will actually aggro a bear or wolf. Or, excuse me, a bear or moose. The exception to that rule is timber wolves. Timber wolves have a different mechanic altogether. They actually exist in packs, and their mechanic is very simple. When you get within range of one, you'll get a little meter in the bottom part of the screen that shows you their morale, and you have to deplete that morale either by shooting them, by shooting at them, by throwing flares at them, by fending them off when they attack you. And when that morale is depleted, they will all run away, and they won't attack you again for a short time. Because of that mechanic, when you have passive wildlife turned on, timber wolves basically will not touch you. They don't have the same contact mechanics as regular wolves do. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not so much a matter of they're deciding to attack you, as it is just they're cornered, or they're startled, and the AI has detected collision between player and wolf, therefore there's a struggle. That's just how the AI works. Now you're probably wondering why I'm not cutting this part of the recording out. And that's just because half the fun of the Long Dark, especially when you're playing on passive modes, is just the exploration and the views. So, what I'll probably end up doing for some of this time is having auto walk turned on, so that I can progress, have a drink, you know, let it do its thing, and also to show you guys how different locations are connected. If you already know where these locations are and you just want to watch my shenanigans, you're welcome to fast forward. But most of the time on these transits, I probably won't say much. We're just walking here. I'm walking in. That's basically it. there it is, folks. Pleasant Valley Farmstead. This is our destination that I had in mind. Now, if you're not playing on passive, it's important to note that you'll frequently see wolves and a bear out in these orchard areas. So definitely keep that in mind if you're using this as your base of operations. This is a really good place to use as a base. I like it better than the community center in Thompson's Crossing, because not only does it have a 6 cooking slot stove, but it also has a workbench in it. So it's actually, that makes it, in my opinion, superior, because you can actually craft like deer and rabbit and wolf hide items. You can't do that in the community center. You would have to travel all the way down here to make them. Whereas if you just live down here, then hey, you live here. It works out nicely. So the strategy I use is I find a base, and I set down everything that I do not need for immediate travel. Usually I organize it because I'm, you know, a little careful like that. But, I'll organize it, and I'll leave it in here, and I will go around the region, and I'll find other stuff, and come back periodically to replenish supplies and drop excess. And then once I have everything explored, I'll have a viable base to work from. This isn't the strategy that everybody likes to use, but given that we are surviving in the middle of winter, it seems like the wiser strategy, just based on realistic survival stuff. Ideally, with survival, you want to expend as little energy as possible. So you get what you need, you make your base, and you hang out until rescue arrives. Or you die, whichever comes first. Let's be honest here. Especially in the long dark, there is nobody else around in survival mode. Now there is a story mode that you can play, and there are people you can interact with in story mode. But in survival mode, it's just you. So there's no rescue coming. I may as well have some fun with this. You know? Is there anything in here? Ooh, can of spray paint. I don't really need that right now. Like I said, some people like to keep the spray paint and mark things as they go. Some people like to carry charcoal to map as they go. I have been mapping, but you don't really have to. Some people prefer to use maps that they acquire online, and that's also fine. But I was doing it just to kind of show, hey, this is something you can do. But charcoal does have another use. Oh, look, wolves over that bridge there. Charcoal does have another use. You can use it to make gunpowder, so it is still worth grabbing the charcoal, even if you don't plan on using it for the map. Is there not a... no, okay. So this is the farmstead building. I do not know how one could farm out here, to be honest, but, look, I dealt with horses when I was younger, not plants. So, I'm a little lost to some of this. But, point is, here's a nice big building, got lots of storage inside, got lots of amenities. This is a good place to hunker down in Pleasant Valley. We're also super thirsty and hungry, so we'll get that taken care of. Alright. Let's take care of food and water needs first. If I'm already completely exhausted on water, and I have plenty in my inventory, which it looks like I do, I like to eat things that are gonna intentionally dehydrate me, because, hey, it can't go any lower than 0. I may as well eat them. You can't get any more dehydrated than 0 hydration. And some of you are probably wondering about the weird little jumps in the video. I'm using Bandicam, and it has a maximum time of 10 minutes, so that's why what you're basically seeing there is just the video running out of time to record and me starting a new one. So I try to stitch them together as nicely as I can, but I am not an expert video editor, so you get what you get in this case. So before I do much of anything else, I want to... actually, you know what? let me use this cabinet here. Drop some of this crap in here. Oh, it's empty already. Perfect. Notice that the cabinet has a weight limit too, so keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. So, put that away. I'm not gonna put those there. I have a spot for those. Put all this in there. I'm gonna keep these matches with me. Keep those. Nah. Ooh, actually, give me that. I have a plan. All my excess gear. Let's just put all this stuff in here. There is a move all, but I don't want to put absolutely everything in there. There's some things I want to keep. Okay. I'll hang on to that for now. Those need to come with me. They have a purpose. Do I need this? Yes. Yes, I do. I had to think about it. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Oh, yeah. Firewood. We're gonna drop right here, because this is where we'll be using it. And then... these guys. Oh, heck yeah! There was another one in here. Move that out of the way. There's another one! Yes! Hell yeah! So I have 5 of 6. And you can still cook stuff on the empty burner, you just can't, like, do water. I do want to look in these cabinets and see if there's another cooking pot. Because if there is, that would be super dope. Doesn't look like it, but that's alright. 5 of 6 is still not bad. Take that. Let's go ahead and scrounge around the house for a little bit. And then we'll cook all this meat and such. Ooh, fishing tackle, heck yeah. So even if I can't hunt, I do have a way to acquire food now, because there is a spot that you can fish in Pleasant Valley. There's just one, but there is a spot for it. Okay, is that all the kitchen stuff that needs... Ah. Of course, there is a stash of maple syrup. Of course there is. There's always a stash of maple syrup. Once again, pause this if you'd like to read it. Are you fucking serious? That's so dope. It's cooked, and it's in good condition. That one... it will be edible, but not greatly. Okay, if that's the case, let's go ahead and get this rolling. There's an accelerant right here, which is nice. I want to try to use the reclaimed wood. Do I really? Let's set like 1 aside. No, let's set 3 aside. Okay. That reclaimed wood can actually be used for something else too. So let's get this going. Get the charcoal out of there. And then we can start a fire, and I have an accelerant. Okay, notice that it's easier to start a fire on cedar than it is to start a fire on reclaimed wood. It is also easier to start with wood matches than cardboard matches. So, let's get that rolling. Goes very quickly with accelerant. I only have a few things to cook, so let's get that started. And the rest of it, we're actually going to do water. There is a method to the madness, I assure you. I want to have an hour of fuel at least. Wait, do I have... how much do I have? have 2 of them. Sweet. That's good to know. No, not that. It is not as as fast to do it this way, but at least this way I can see what I'm doing and see how much more I need to boil. Okay. So it looks like I'm gonna have to use all of this to treat my water. Looks like we got here just the nick of time too. There's a whole blizzard outside. Okay, I still have a little bit of water that's not potable, so let's go ahead and boil that up. It'll take an hour. So, and then we can do this. It takes 30 minutes. The reason I'm only doing 30 minutes worth of snow is because it'll take 30 minutes to melt and another 30 minutes to boil. So, do I have more non-potable water? Oh, that's a weird little quirk. Okay. But whatever. And yes, I know I'm carrying a lot of water. The good news is, I have a lot of space to store it. So I have a crap ton of water. And I forgot to cook that other piece of deer meat. Amazing. Oh well. It won't carry that much. That's okay. We'll drop this down to that. Perfect. Let's cook, let's cook, let's cook. Okay, that's the only one that's not cooked. Okay. We'll probably just do another deal. I'm not gonna use that fire. I'm gonna restart a new one. And I'm gonna do that because I want to level my fire starting skill. But technically you can still throw another piece of wood and save that fire. If you wanted to do that. It's about daylight too. Good thing I kept the light source. Come on you. Burn out. And the embers last kind of a variable amount of time. So sometimes they'll last quite a while, sometimes they won't last very long at all. Come on. Eventually, it will burn out. There it goes. Okay. Get that out of there. This isn't going to be as easy, but we will make it work, I hope. I mean, I got a little over a 50-50 shot, so hopefully, right? Oh, didn't work. Okay. So I will need to go get some more timber then. Actually, do I have... I have a newspaper thing, so let's use that. This is where it would be beneficial to actually make that tinder plug, because now I can get 2 out of it instead of just the 1 that I would get just by using the newspaper. Doesn't take that long to make, I've still got plenty of daylight. I'll also get a little bit of light out of the stove itself, so let's give this another go. Fingers crossed here. Maybe. Possibly. Conveniently. Oh? Yes. Alright. Let's throw that on there. Technically got 57 minutes, so it may or may not work. We'll see how it goes. And we'll do... Oh, wow. That's... There we go. Do this quickly so that it will start cooking sooner. What I may do is step outside and find a stick, because I technically need a couple more minutes of fuel. So let's do that real quickly. It is blizzarding outside, but we're gonna make it work. Hopefully we do not have to go very far for a stick. Because if we do, it is really gonna suck. Let's see here. Stick. There aren't any trees here. How am I supposed to find a stick? Do you have stick? No. Do you have stick? Maybe? Hopefully? Please? Stick? Stick? No? There's a stick. Okay. I only need one. I literally just need one stick. Okay. And normally your footprints will get covered very quickly in a blizzard. That is very true. You are correct. I would not be able to follow my footprints back in a normal blizzard. But this is not a normal blizzard. This is the long dark. So I do what I want. Oh, wow. That did not last long at all. Oh, there we go. There it is. There's the house. Now the nice thing about Pleasant Valley is it's actually got this exterior here that I can get into. Get a little windbreak from. Heck yeah. Wow. That is windy. That's a fucking windy boy. Got some bonus items. Oh, hell yes! A pry bar! Found a pry bar too? I love this place. Okay. So we came in the other entrance, and now I'm gonna throw that stick in there to give it just a couple extra minutes it needs to ensure that everything gets cooked. So we did 30 minutes of water instead of an hour of water because it takes 30 minutes to melt and then 30 additional minutes to boil. So here we go. Wait that one out. We're good. 6 minutes till boil. We will have just enough. Heck yes. Perfect. Now it's dark as heck, so we're gonna turn on the light. Alright. And I've got even more space to put all this water. I'm not gonna leave all of it in there. But, let's take that. There we go. Perfect. And now there's still some house that we need to look at and explore and loot. But it's dark, and I don't want to waste my lantern oil, so we're gonna go take a nap. We going to sleep, but that's not what I want. Hell yes! This is another good item to have. So it is fucking windy. So let's go sleep. Man, them blizzards are windy as heck. And now we notice we have survived 3 days without letting our calorie store get to 0. And that means we get a bonus. You know what? We'll just do stuff in here. So now I can get rid of this shitty thing and put that on instead. It's better than that, and it's not even half good. And it's still better. So this is super dope. So, let's see. Do I have enough cloth to repair that? I do. Let's see if I can repair it. And fun fact, if you don't have a sewing kit, you can repair it with fishing tackle. And you can still use that fishing tackle to fish with later. So, I do not have enough cloth for it, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's still really good. Now, I don't want to waste any more time on the fishing tackle because I may be able to find a sewing kit in this house. So, it is now exploration time in this house. Kitchen's pretty much gone through. I don't want to do that. Even if I don't need it, I will probably pick it up. Because if I don't need it, I can probably harvest it for something I do. What is that? Oh, that's a floorboard. Okay, I'm tripping. Another fireplace, which has charcoal in it. Heck yeah. Some more matches. And you can break a lot of this down. So, like, you can break that chair down for firewood. You can break that cushion down, too, for a cloth. So there's plenty of stuff you can break down here. Some ketchup chips. Is there stuff under there? No, but there is something under here. Oh, hell yeah! Not only is there a newsprint, there is a rifle cartridge, if I can get my cursor to select it. Gotta get it in just the right spot to be able to both see it and get to it. Maybe. Possibly, conveniently. I see it under there. I want it. Gimme. Gimme it. Gimme it. Damn. Okay. That's a little sucky, but whatever. We know it's there. We have a secret bullet somewhere. So what else can we find here? Cue yakety sax and be wandering around the house, all excited. For those of you who are asking, yes, you do know the song Yakety Sax, you just may not know you know it. Look it up and go listen to it. I guarantee you know the song. What else we got? Lots of coffee. People of the Great Bear really like their coffee. You know, I can respect. Oh my god. I had an itch behind my ear. Okay. One downside to wearing headphones instead of earbuds. If I have an itch on my head, I have to like move the whole headphone to scratch it. I don't want the dog food. I'm not touching that dog food. Sorry, guys. Okay. And for those of you wondering, wow, you're really quick at this. How'd you get so quick? Well, I mean, I've got about 1,400 hours logged in the game, so I'm not the best at challenge modes. I'm not the best at surviving attacks, but I know where stuff is, and I know how to be efficient with it. So that's really all I need. There's obviously lots of people out there who play Stalker and Interloper modes, and I'm really impressed. I respect that. But that's not really the mode for me, so I don't jack with it. Oh, that's part of painting, okay. I was really confused. I was like, what the hell? Okay. I'm not gonna jack with that just yet. Beep, boop, beep. I don't know. I was gonna say something clever, and then I forgot what it was. Welcome to my world. Oh, you thought you had something clever to say? Psych! Nope. It's gone. Every once in a while I manage to land a zinger, but most of the time I'm just here. So, some people are probably wondering why the heck nothing works in this game. Well, there is a lore reason for that. I'm not going to explain it, because I don't want to spoil the story mode. If you'd like to know the exact reason, you can Google it yourself, or you can play the game yourself. I don't want to spoil anything, because this is just survival mode. Survival mode has slightly different mechanics. But basically, the electronics do sometimes work. They work when there's an aurora outside. Whenever you can see the northern lights, power's up. Oh, ooh, is that what I think it is? Oh, I may have to get it from the other end. Hang on. Come on, give me it. Yes! It's not even in terrible shape either. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay. But the point is, when the aurora comes up, you can't actually use the electronics. It's kind of a big point for the game. Like, there's places where you can do ammo creation and gun milling, and you can't mill the guns. You can't use the milling machine unless there's power. Alright. I can deposit all of my excess here once again. I'll put those in there. Put those away. I'm gonna drop the firewood back where it belongs. Is that a better Mirror's P code? Oh my god. It actually is. It's a new Mirror's. I don't know where I picked that up, but yeah, we're keeping that one. Hell yeah. Okay. And of course I'm gonna go back into my clothing section and make sure I didn't accidentally unequip something I needed. We're gonna drop everything except the stuff we just cooked. And probably some of that water too, but not much. We'll drop that. Those. I'm not gonna jack with the charcoal, so we're gonna drop it. Drop those. Not right now. Maybe later, but not right now. keep that, of course. Keep that. Doesn't go away. Let's see here. Put that up. Drop this firewood and some of this. Yeah. I'm gonna drop some of that water. I almost forgot what I was doing. Okay. So now we've got a couple of fish we can snack on. 486. I do have room for that. Now, if you eat something and you don't have enough room in your calorie bank for it, it will actually just save it as leftovers. I'm just one of those people that doesn't like to do that. So, I'm just weird like that. So, and it's really cool because now that I've got all this water baked up for me, I can just come back and have water immediately. I can have water immediately available, and that's super dope. That's really nice. So, yeah, this is perfect. So I think we're pretty much gonna call it here for this episode. And all I'm really gonna do is I'm gonna walk outside and I'm gonna walk back in so it'll save my game. The game, you should know, it saves automatically in some places. It'll save when you enter a building, it'll save when you rest or pass time, if you have it set up to do the pass time save. It also saves when you get injured. So, if you get injured or if you get sick, it will save. So you're stuck there. There's no reloading out of trouble with this game. Additionally, if you die, it's permanent. It will literally delete your save file. There is no reloading out of trouble. So that's fun. But anyway, that's it for this episode.